Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I am returned to the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, anyway. And as I do so, I will be even worse at remembering names than last time. Names? No, I remember everyone's name. I don't even have to know everyone's name. I know every Sonic character's name. Don't test me. I meant to say voices. Anyway, moving on. Wait, is that? It can't be! Sonic! Someone murdered my darling Sonic! Looks like the game's begun. I'm finding out who did this at once. Amy, wait. I want to figure out who did this too. Wait for me. What a whirlwind. I'm exhausted already. That was really convincing, Sonic. Sonic? Body numb, can't move. What are you saying? I just need a rest. Sonic? Is he actually hurt? He's not moving. These wounds on him genuine? My hand's on his wrist, but I don't sense a pulse. Am I doing this right? What's going on? Is this part of the murder mystery? Is this serious? Sonic? Oh no, I'm panicking. Calm down. What do I do? You do everything in your power to make sure Craig and Guesser are taken care of. These guests are incredibly renowned, which means they must be remarkably rich. I leave the care to you, my favorite employee. Sonic might have a lot of rings, but I can't imagine anyone else here. Actually, Rouge is definitely rich. Oh, and Blaze. Yeah, she's rich too. Tails probably is also rich. She, like, makes airplanes. Like, you gotta buy those materials somewhere. Knuckles probably isn't rich, though. Anyway, whatever. I'll keep everyone safe, Conductor. You'll see. Vector and SBO might have an okay amount of money, because they're like in the Mafia or something. I don't really know what Chaotix does exactly, but they do something like that. The saloon car. Whoa, look at this place. Sorry, Amy. Tails, where are you? Salji, I'm over here. I think Amy's already gone on ahead. It seems she's really excited. You need something from me? Yeah, just a question, really. How do I put this? What if Sonic is actually hurt? It's laughing? Sonic doesn't go down so easily. He's on a train full of his friends. Nothing would actually happen to him. We're just all really committed to the mystery for Amy. You have nothing to worry about, I promise. Plus, Sonic likes to nap in a lot of strange spots. He's fine. Making a lot of sense, but I can't shake what Sonic said. Is this really part of the murder mystery game, or is there something deeper happening? I need more evidence to figure out what's going on. Train rules say I gotta stay and watch after everyone. You just want to hang out with me, don't you? I can see it in your eyes. Is everyone great at reading people but me? As I said, the best detectives have sidekicks, so I'm happy to have you. Is that a bug? Yes, well, it's dead now. If you ever catch me looking glum, though, I just know it's because, where's my lore card? The last guy to work on a case with me ditched our practice to join the evil Dr. Eggman. Not a proper detective without baggage. This is true. You varmints! What are ye all doing in my saloon? Trying so hard to stay in character. Knuckles, we're trying to figure out who murdered Sonic. I can see that. Amy moseyed through and told me all about it. Enough of that. Wonder how long he kept that voice up for Amy. Wondering if you could tell us what you were up to before the murder. Anything to help us establish your alibi and... Nope, I got nothing to tell either of you. Leave me alone. Obviously agitated about something, but why do you take it out on us? I know better than to argue with Knuckles, so it seems we're on our own. Salji, we need to figure out what Knuckles was up to while we were all apart. Let's investigate for clues and interrogate. Right, let's do it. Yo, speaking of things, I need to see the Sonic 2 movie. Like, I was big not into going to movies when it came out because of, like, COVID and stuff. And now I really want to see it. So I'll see it eventually, but not right now. chili? Oh, no. Ah, the bowl of assorted nuts, the classic saloon snack. Kinda bland. Oh, seems like someone licked all the salt off them. Blap, blap. Maybe they're just insulted. I don't think Knuckles would do that, but he might. Really won't be able to give the game Super Monkey Ball a try. Get a break when the train sped up? The damage looks to be caused from punches? Who could have done that? What are you two looking at me for? Smashed Arcade is added to your inventory. Something's always hidden in the trash. This one's empty too. I'm starting to think your theory on something always being hidden in the trash is flawed. It's only a matter of time, Tails. Have faith. As they say, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Haha. I think Tails is ignoring me. Oma Chow. Decent cash for finding this robot. Maybe I'll keep an eye out. Poor Oma Chow. Hate to see him like this. What'd they do? Medical malpractice. Interesting. I like to believe that's canon. Breathtaking views. This train passes by incredible sights. I'm just happy to be traveling at normal speed. I get nauseous pretty easily. I have to avoid things like roller coasters. I don't mind roller coasters, though I find myself running on tracks more than I do riding in the carts. I guess that's true. I'll never understand this friend group. And Tails and Sonic do that. A couple of times. Those are some of the best zones, though. Saljay, this is interesting. Well, it's just a few used cups. Sure, but why are there 3? Knuckles is really thirsty. Yo, Rouge was here. There's lipstick on one of them. Rouge was hanging out with Knuckles. That's not Knuckles' color at all. Someone must have been here. I like how the clue was that Knuckles would use a different shade of lipstick. And not that Knuckles wouldn't use lipstick. Robotic arms here are really helpful. What's the arm doing to my hair? Fix it up a bit, that's incredible. What interesting tech. Uh-oh, should I fear for my job? How well can it microwave? Oh, that's funny, the door's locked tight. We can't go any further. Oh, Hemi was able to leave then, good point. These doors are locked. How long were they locked for? We'll have to keep this in mind. Okay, I think I checked on everything. Oh! Howdy, partners. Spittoon-free establishment. Coliseum Highway Zone. Gotta go spittoon-free. Alright, Nux. Thought I told you to leave me alone. I like your hat. Humph. Knuckles, are you blushing? Said leave me alone. It doesn't look like he's used to being complimented. You just adjust your hat a bit so we could see it better. I said leave. Not hungry. Well, if you ever are, let me know. Sure, like a butler of sorts, right? Saljay, you're not a butler, tell him that. Oh yeah, like a butler. Excellent, thank you, butler. Dang it! Please don't beat me up. No promises. Knuckles, would you ever fight me? Nah, you bruise too easily. Wouldn't be fun. I bruise easily too. Guess I wouldn't be fun to fight either. Nah, I'd fight you. Sorry, Saljay. Wish you luck. He's not actually gonna fight me. I'm enjoying myself. I gotta say, I'm comparing. Okay, based on things I've done on my channel already, I'm comparing this to Tales from the Borderlands 2, and I'm already liking this more. Okay. Which admittedly is not an extremely high bar, but this is fun. I don't know. Tails, Saljay and, wait, what? No, Knuckles, Saljay and I need to determine what you were doing during the hour the murder took place. Wait, I'm recording, right? Dude, that'd be so embarrassing. Okay, yeah, everything's recording. Also, yeah, I know I'm cutting off some of the dialogue at the bottom, but like, I don't know, sometimes there's stuff in the top corner. And also, I'm reading everything. But if you see this and you'd rather me move to the top corner, let me know and I'll do it. Anyway, yeah, alright. Told you to buzz off. You're not getting anything out of me. Thankfully, we don't need you to say much. What happened here is pretty obvious. It is? We have evidence, too. Good thing Tails is the detective, otherwise this wouldn't have worked out very well, because he's like the nerd. Well, I mean, I guess Rouge probably would have done a pretty decent job as well. Saljay, take a good look at our inventory. What was distracting Knuckles during the time Sonic was murdered? Super Monkey Ball arcade machine completely smashed up. It's a shame to see Super Monkey Ball in this state. Arcade machine, huh? What makes you think I touched it? Alright, here we go. It's time to play Sonic Advance, kind of. Alright. We did good enough. I hope these don't get too hard. I don't know how good I am at these. I mean, maybe I'm okay. I don't know. I got hit once, though. This isn't a tough one, Knuckles. Knuckles, you clearly touched the arcade machine. The arcade cabinet's covered in punches. What evidence do you have that the day with your punches? What are you all staring at my hands for? Knuckles, you clearly destroyed the arcade machine, but why? Needed a punching bag, and none were available. Sudden urge to punch, huh? I believe repairing the arcade machine will give us our answer. How will you? I'm on it. Saljay, describe Knuckles while I fix Super Monkey Ball. Bring it on. Ah, crap. Whoop. 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 Okay, these do get a little tough. No! Try again. Okay. Okay, well, it's okay. I still have enough rings. The arcade machine is fixed. No, don't look at the scores! Okay, what does this tell us? Nothing, obviously. Bagel, candy, Ultim, bread, apple. This is something massive. Look at the one on the top of the list. It's Vector. He's supposed to be in the library car. Pictures beginning to be painted here. You competed with Vector to see who could get the highest score, and Vector beat you. In frustration, you destroyed the arcade cabinet. It's punching the air in frustration. You're guessing. Where's your proof? Where's your evidence? Vector's a common name. Prove it to me he was here now. Aw, crap. Alright, well, we're gonna do our best. We're gonna be a Dream Gear master before this game is up. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. Okay, that was pretty good. That one wasn't as bad as the last one, in my opinion. Now, Saljay, what proves Vector was here with Knuckles? He doesn't use lipstick, but whatever. No! I thought it was strange there was more than one cup sitting next to you. Well, you were supposed to be participating in the murder mystery game for Amy's birthday. You and Vector enjoyed some drinks playing arcade. Don't tell Amy. I think we're on the right track here. It's as you say, Vector popped in at the top of the hour running to play in the arcade machine. Back and forth trying to figure the game out, but when we did, we competed for the highest score. When he bested me, I destroyed the machine. No proof of his win. I was trying to fix the arcade cabinet before you two came in. Honest, I didn't want to be caught. That's my story and alibi. I've already told the abridged version of this to Amy. This friend group has a lot of pride issues. Well, that explains the used cups. What of the cup with the lipstick mark? Rouge was in here too. It's inconsequential, not worth mentioning. Yeah, but she's in the Knuckles. She searched around for something, failed, made fun of the game and left. Obnoxious, that one. You offered her a drink, apparently? Listen, I don't know why she showed up, but I've told you everything that happened before this train sped up. Are you not satisfied? Will you two relent? I'm understanding the scenario. Vector visited to play games, Rouge couldn't find something, and then Knuckles destroyed the machine. Well, it makes sense to me. Thank you for answering so many of our questions. Actually, that's not everything, is it, Knuckles? I'm gonna step back to something I noticed. One more name in that high score list doesn't make sense. Salje, can you take a look? It's Shadow! The other names have a food theme, but this one. Who here goes by... You may not know Salja, but there's someone here that goes by that title. The Ultimate Life. Really someone that goes by that? Nothing sneaks by you, does it, bud? Vector and I were struggling so much with the game, but then Shadow dropped by. Shadow was here too. Taught us the game, and was the first to get his name on the scoreboard. Vector and I then fought to beat Shadow's score. They're both very annoying. Y'all immediately had to compete, huh? He gave me this before he left. Shadow told me to lock the door, not to open it for anyone, and he left. When Vector was leaving, I locked the door behind him, saw no one else after locking the door. That's the honest truth. So when Amy came through here not too long ago, did he open the door for her? No, I think she has some sort of key too. She has the birthday key! Well, I have a lot of questions. What happened in the library to cause Vector to come here? Why is Shadow locking doors? And what was Rouge searching for? I don't know, they didn't tell me, even though I asked with that cowboy accent. You're gonna have to find them and ask them yourselves. More information than I expected to get here, but it seems we can move on. As of right now, I believe your story, Knuckles. We'll only know for sure when we confirm things with Vector. Fair enough, the library is in the next car. I'll open the lock for you. Give whoever KO'd Sonic an earful for me. Detective Tails and Butler. I liked it better when he wasn't talking to us. Will do, Sheriff. Come on, Salje, let's head to the library. On it. This is way more exciting than microwaving chili dogs. Salje, coming. Ready to mosey down to the next car? You got it, partner. Onwards. Yeah, I want to keep these at about 30 minutes, so even if I end at a weird time, just understand that's why. All this stuff's getting heavy, I'll dump what I don't need. Everyone's favorite journalist reporter, Amy Rose, is hot on the scoop. I'm heading out, you've been fabulously helpful. Already? Before you go, Espio and I want to give you your presents. My presents? You're both too sweet, thank you. Vector, it seems we have more guests. Kinda has like the same voice as Shadow, but whatever. Amy, there you are. Join us in finding clues. Flattered, but at the pace you two are going, Sonic's murder will never get found. Oh, she's confident. She must have something up her sleeve. Tip is too juicy to ignore. I'll see you around. Don't worry, Sonic. I'll be the one to avenge you, and quick. But how are you gonna leave? The door to the next car is locked. Oh, you doubt the birthday girl? The birthday girl has a master key. Right. The birthday girl gets the birthday key. Of course, it's a birthday privilege. I'll sail with this case before anyone else. Bye. Amy may be hasty, but she's thorough. Now what are you two doing? Looking mighty suspicious, I say. I'm the detective, so I can't be the murderer. And I'm here to ask if anyone's hungry. Starved. I'd kill for a chicken parm right about now. Maybe kill isn't the right language to use. I'm Vector, the butcher. I'm licensed to handle raw meat. And I'm Espio, the poet. Ah, poetry. A resonant message from poet to reader meant to challenge our delicate perspectives with the most rhythmic of prose. Can I hear some? Sure, I feel like Espio would actually know poetry too. Also, I love the chows. Teardrops in the spring. Can you hear me sing? La la la, dee 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 dee. Well, he tried. Was that it? I have more if you'd like. Cherry blossoms in the spring. I'm not satisfied for now, thanks. Seems rhyming, I suppose. Soljay and I are here to establish both of your alibis. Can you walk us through what happened after Amy and everyone left the dining car? Oh sure, it's simple. We just explained this to Amy, actually. When we were all sent off, Rouge, Blaze, Shadow, and Sonic all passed through this library car. Our Amy told me and SBO to stay. I promptly picked a book off the shelf and made myself comfortable. Vector got bored, so he left to see what Knuckles was up to in the saloon car. Yup. Where was Rouge? What happened? We happened to see her lipstick stain on a cup in the saloon car. Rouge came over to the library car, seemingly looking for something. She went to search the saloon car. She came back shortly after. We heard her shout, "No way!" The brochure stand over there, but she left back to the casino car before Shadow came through and locked the door. I wonder what she found. She's obviously been on the hunt for something. After Rouge left, Shadow walked through the casino car, then entered the library car and locked the door behind him. More importantly, why was Shadow locking doors? Shadow walked through the library car to the saloon car where Knuckles and I were playing games. He insisted on showing us up at Super Monkey Ball. I was so engrossed by the rolling monkey action, I hardly noticed when Shadow left the saloon car. I guess he walked through the library car to the casino car again, locking the door behind him, and returned to the lounge car where he was meant to be stationed. When Vector came back, we realized Knuckles locked the door to the saloon car. We were stuck in the library car. That's when the train sped up. We were worried about the bookshelves falling on us, but we got through it alright. Homer, please don't. We sat trapped here until Amy arrived asking questions. She's the one that told us someone murdered Sonic. Yeah, that's all that happened. With all these locked doors, it seems Vector or Espio couldn't have left the library car or the saloon car. Thank you both for your cooperation. We're just gonna peek around. We'll return with any questions. Return with any meat, I'll chop it up for you. If you'd like to be serenaded with a poem, I got you covered too. Thanks, guys. Our alibi seems solid enough, but we should still search for clues. What we're looking for is any evidence that proves what they're saying is true. We need to confirm Vector's reason for leaving his post and determine if Espio is actually in the library car. Tall task, but we can do it. Let's get to the bottom of this, Tails. Absolutely. Alright, I'm gonna pause for 1 second so I can lock my dog in a different room because he's being a little sassy. Okay, let's see what we can get done. We start with the books. So many books on the ground, I wish we had time to pick them all up. Sadly, I have no interest in picking up these books. A lot of these were knocked out by the train speeding up. Rouge pulled a lot of these out too, searching for something. What reckless behavior, I feel sorry for the poor books. These spines are creasing, they're opening too far. This kid feels empathy for everything. It's true. Tails the type of person to not step on a flower. Chow hangs precariously from a tree branch. The large text below reads, "Hang in there." Wow, I really needed to see this. This little Chow's hanging in there, refusing to use his wings to fly to safety because he's choosing that the hard way is often the most rewarding. Damn. That's beautiful. If this Chow can stick to his principles and find strength, then I can too. There's no way there was that much thought put into this poster, right? Ooh, brochures. There's travel destination ideas here like amusement parks, caverns, hotels, restaurants. Oh! Let's find out if we can see what Rouge was up to. Soljay, look at this. There's a couple maps here. It seems to be a map of the library car. The books are categorized by genre, which are listed here. I love a good overhead map. Let's take it. Library map is added to your inventory. Should we take this brochure about a cave too? Look, there's stalactites. Nah, leave it. Oh, haha, yeah, that's fair. Nobody shares my fondness for caves. Poor thing, that arm's really struggling cleaning up this car. To be fair, I wouldn't want to clean up this mess either. Let's just leave it alone to do its thing. Yeah, probably for the best. Okay, look, I know it's a long shot, but I'm beginning to think maybe the arm killed Sonic, but... The globe of our marvelous planet. I haven't really traveled around much. The islands are fun and all, but I'd love to visit some of the countries. They're a lot of fun, honestly. Plenty of wonderful people and shops. The food can't be beat either. Sounds perfect for a vacation. The conductor was talking about Spagonia if you've ever been there. I have, actually. If you're ever visiting, be sure to stop at the university and say hi to Professor Pickle. We'll tell you everything about the area and makes one scrumptious sandwich. Keep that in mind, thank you. This group knows everyone and has been everywhere, haven't they? Yes? Well, not necessarily Vector and Espio, but Tails certainly has. What's this bright red book? Oh, yuck. This reeks of the evil scientist Dr. Eggman. Yup, this is Dr. Eggman's autobiography and recipe book. What kind of recipes? Who cares? I wouldn't trust any book he's written. It's weird that it's even here. Maybe people just appreciate an omelet. You may not be wrong. Fancy a poem? Can I get a poem about trains? Locomotive in motion. I think I lost my lotion. The window shows the ocean. Oh wait, there's my lotion. Thanks. Actually, I really like that one. What? It was terrible. Can I take your order? A poem about this. My starved stomach babbled, though I ignored the grumbling tummy, for the eggs I received are scrambled when I asked for my eggs sunny. Oh wow, we don't serve any eggs on the train though. My talent is wasted on you lot. Something's always hidden in the trash. I hate to say it, there's nothing here. I really thought there'd just be something here. Are you sad there was nothing in there? No, I'm alright. Sure there'll be something hidden in the trash next time. You really think so? Yeah, we just gotta stay optimistic. Yeah, okay, these trash bins hide a secret, I'm sure of it. You're pretty unconventional. I like that. Oh, is that supposed to be a compliment? Let's just take a pause and sit for a second. These chairs are very comfy, so plush, puts me right in the mood to read. Makes me want to take a nap, personally. In fact, maybe I'll rest my eyes a bit. Saljay, no, don't fall asleep. There's been a murder. Had a ring for every time a murder ruined my nap time. Considering this, like, canonically takes place after Sonic Forces, I imagine there would actually be a lot of murderers. Shadow supposedly walked to the library car before going to the saloon car. When Shadow left the library car, he locked this door on his way out. There's gotta be a reason he's doing this. Should we make a note of it? Yeah, I believe we should. Did you bring me any meat to chop? I may be a butcher, but they confiscated my meat cleaver before getting on the train. Actually tried to bring a knife on the train? I'm a man of authenticity, Tails. Without a knife, I'm just a chef in a ketchup-stained apron, not a butcher. I think if you had a knife on you, we'd definitely think you were the murderer. But what if I hid the knife? You know, I'm not the biggest fan of this line of thought. Oh, yes, please, I'm starved. Actually, I'm off duty at the moment. Murder and mystery are more important. And why would you show the menu to me? Come on, Saljay, why would you tease him like that? And here I thought I could trust you. You made a fool of me. Look, Saljay, you made him a fool. Come on, Saljay, smooth this over. No, I'm the fool. Yeah. I smooth things over, but at what cost? I may be a butcher, but they confiscated my meat cleaver before getting on the oh, wait. Yep. I gotcha. Nothing like cold cuts for a cold case. Let me know if you need any good butchering. Have I not looked at anything? No, right? I've looked at everything. Table, hand, globe, SBO, book. I could click on the door again. I don't think we have any evidence. Why don't we look around more? Okay. Chaos Cola. Check out our book club. Book of the month. Gone Gal. There's nothing else here. Am I missing something? You would tell me if I'm missing something, right, lads? Okay, well, they said eggs, and SBO said eggs, so... Oh, I can turn. Okay. And there's another bookshelf. Wow, I wish I could stop and look at all these books, but Sonic needs me. I had no time to rest. Alright, let's move on then. Well, I mean, a peek wouldn't hurt. Scavenging through the book titles, he's like a kid in a candy shop, or a genius in a train library. That's odd. I know some books have fallen out on the floor, but every book on these shelves is in alphabetical order, but this one. It's the user guide to the Mirage Express train we're currently on. Do you think someone found it on the ground and put it back? Maybe, but that's interesting. Let's make a note of this. I think we found enough clues. Let's go interrogate Vector and Espio to find out what really happened. Okay. So, the two of you don't believe us, huh? It's not that I don't trust either of you, but I wouldn't be a proper detective without examining the validity of your alibis. Sanjay and I are here to confirm two things. Why Vector left to play games with Knuckles, and if Espio was really reading in the library card. Vector, we'll start with you. Why did you leave the library card to visit Knuckles? We're prepared to present evidence if... Oh, that's easy. I got bored. What? I wasn't entertaining him enough, it seems. Vector enjoys being social. Plus, we were instructed to mingle. I remembered the arcade machines are, so I figured I'd check it out. Seems to line up with the information we gathered. That brings our attention to you, Espio. Rouge entered the library card, found something, then left. You said you immediately started reading, but were you actually reading the entire time? Of course he was. Once Espio starts reading, he doesn't stop till he's done. I've seen it happen. Must have been a good read. What was the book? Espio doesn't owe you that, detective. Let the man live. What if it was embarrassing? What kind of things do you think I read? If you all talk, I'll have a hunch on what that book might be. Sanjay, can you help me out? Mirage Express manual. A manual? You think Espio was reading instructions? What argument could you possibly have to support this? It's the only clue that makes sense, okay? No! No! You're grasping. We got this. Let's try again. This is hard. Okay, well, it's hard for me. I'm terrible at this. Oh. Okay, we did it. This book's scattered all around the floor, sure, but the remaining books in the shelves were all in alphabetical order, all except this manual, meaning someone at the very least picked up the manual and put it back in the incorrect place. This lack of attention to detail isn't normally like you, Espio. Hey now, I wouldn't have you insulting my pal. Calm down, Victor. I know you mean well, but I can handle myself. Apologies, Espio. Also, I could have sworn Espio had a tail. Am I wrong? Doesn't Espio have a tail? Whatever, I'm ignoring it for now. A butcher and a poet. Friendship can form anywhere. That is indeed the book I was reading, the Mirage Express manual. Trains are cool. In that case, I'd like to ask you a few questions about the manual. Sanjay, if you don't mind. Could you ask Espio some questions about the manual? Just flip to a page. Ask away. 14. Okay, what efficient and extremely accurate technology was installed to assist the train in keeping the train spotless? Robotic arms. During events, they can perform a variety of tasks and are responsible for cleaning up trash and messes afterwards. Robotic arms can also detect weapons or explosive beings brought onto the train, ensuring passenger safety. What's the Mirage Express's cancellation policy? No refunds and you'll be charged for a no-show fee. This does not apply if you're over the age of 65. Gee, the person who made this rule must have been over 65. Last one, Sanjay. Let's see if Espio can go 3 for 3. Was implemented to support the conductor duties and these general train obligations. An intelligent data processing system that works in tandem with the conductor to assure smooth travel for guests. Train has an autopilot, but it can't access its full suite of capabilities without the conductor present. Now, did I pass your little test? Totally, it's wild you were able to retain all this information so quickly. A poet's brain is often surprising. don't know if I'd be bragging about that. You've clearly read the manual. Those answers feel far too specific to be guesses. And you both had the nerve to question my buddy like that. Don't we want to be supporting folks who read? You have to admit, though, reading the entire time a murder occurred does sound a bit suspicious. But he answered all my questions calmly. No, I understand everyone's cautious attitudes. Vector was the only one able to see me reading after all. Alibi is hard to substantiate despite being the truth. Well, you definitely read through the manual, so I suppose... Espio, is that true? Vector was the only one to see you reading? Yes, that's correct. Problem? Frankly, I don't believe that can be true, and we have evidence to back it up. You have a piece of evidence linked to someone who also saw Espio reading. Not sure what you're trying to say with that. Don't waste my time. I'm sure that's right. No, because Rouge was using that. I guess Shadow? Shadow's log. Please, pray tell, what this has to do with anything. We're up, Sal J. Okay, well, we just need to not get hit. Woo. Ah. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Shadow walked through the library card to get to the Zoom card where he set the original high score on the arcade machine. Yeah, but I ended up beating it. It wasn't a high score for long. Crocs are natural gamers. Espio said he saw Shadow enter the library car, but he's mentioned nothing about Shadow's return. He only mentions that Vector came back. When Shadow left Knuckles and Vector in the saloon car, Espio was fully seated reading his book for a good while at this point. We know Shadow had to walk back to the library car when he left the saloon car, so there's absolutely no way Shadow and Espio didn't notice one another on Shadow's return trip. I mean, it was a simple slip-up. I was just fully immersed in my book and I didn't notice Shadow. You're telling me the sound of doors opening and locking wouldn't have caused you to look up? Well, you see. It sensed Espio's desperation, defending an argument that he was reading the entire time. So, if you see Shadow returning from the saloon car to lock all the doors, and at the moment you were you even in the library car? But how would Espio leave? Shadow locked all the doors and no one saw Espio in the saloon car. It's a mystery, my dear Sal J, one that I would love for Espio to solve. You gotta believe me. That cool demeanor's vanishing. I was so involved with my book I didn't notice Shadow pass back to the library car. When Vector returned, he even had to tap me on the shoulder to get my attention. Yeah, I think I remember doing that. I must avenge my friend's death, so I'll ask you again, Espio. If you weren't there for Shadow to see you reading, then how did you leave the library car? I didn't. Why does this seem right to me? Tails definitely feels like he's onto something, but I don't see it. Was Espio's reading, or did he vanish, not to notice Shadow's return? What should I do? Can't interrupt Tails while he's onto something. I'll let him continue. Please, protect the passengers. They must be taken care of. If you fail, the lawsuits will be torturous. Don't allow such an old feeble soul to get sued. Tails, need a piece of evidence that can answer all our problems. What piece of evidence shows that Shadow and Espio couldn't have seen one another? Alright, let's get my thoughts in order. Come on, you think you can get me so easily? Alright, gamers. I'm gonna cut you off here. Cliffhanger. Join me next time if you want to see the conclusion of this plot point. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.